afternoon to all of you, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to yet another historical moment. This is the 27th Dr. R.L.Hayman Trophy between Royal College and St. Thomas College in the water polo match. The under-19 game is all set and good to go. We have the numbers coming from the Royalists and the Thomians. Ladies and gentlemen, let's make some noise and invite and get to know the teams. Royal College and St. Thomas College. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the teams. The principal of Royal College,
Check.
Mr. P.A. Ratner, along with the sub-warden of St. Thomas College, Mr. Asanka Pereira. We start off with the Thomian camp. Dinesh Kumar Singh, Anand Sahuja, Ramesh Jayasingh, Sai Sindendra, Vihan Jayas, Vihan Vijay Singh, Madhura Vito Ratna, Ramesh Thomi Karuna Sekara, Sumishka Hetnaika, Shannon Nebuchadnezzar, and the captain of the Thomians. Nishan Kotyarachi, Akhil Johannes Pakrana, Isi Baruna Disisma, Akhtar Jafar, Gulanjan Fernando, Samit Kisan Naika, Gurmeet Dahan Naika, Gilginu Lokune, Akhil Pairos, Shabodevil Singh, Bharta Veera Singh, Vice Captain, Prasad Kisan Naika, and the captain of the Royal side, Gulanjan Fernando. We also introduce the coaches of the two sides. From the Thomian camp, it is Mr. Zafar Zainuddin. And for the Royalists, it will be Mr. Bilal Hassan. And also the referees, who standing at the back for the match will be Mr. Wallop and Mr. Cummings. In all sets, we started off in the traditional manner by paying tribute to the respective college songs. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the college songs of Royal College, followed by the college anthem of St. Thomas College.
Very good afternoon and welcome to the live coverage of this Dr. R.L.Hayman Trophy encounter between Royal and St. Thomas's, live from a fantastic atmosphere here at the Sukadadasa Indoor Stadium pool. That's the Royal College team who are the rank underdogs today after a long time. But this is where they are most dangerous to Royalists, especially when you're coached by Bilal Hassan. Teams that you can never take lightly, teams that are coached by Hassan, who knows exactly how to get under the skin of his opposition and really thwart whatever advantages they may look to have on paper. St. Thomas's, 5 years in a row they've won this Dr. R.L.Hayman Trophy and looking to make it a 6th year as well. And if the under-15 game is anything to go by, which they won 12 goals to 3, then this one should be a walk in the park. But somehow that's never quite how the form book works. And it's going to be a cracking game of water polo today, early on in the season, for both these teams. And with the foreign referees and experienced coaching staff, this really will turn out to be a fantastic encounter. The referees wave play, and the first swim ball of the Dr. R.L.Hayman Trophy encounter, won by Royal College pretty convincingly, and letting the Thomian competitor know exactly what he felt about that swim, the Royal lead-off swimmer there. Royal settling down, immediately going to the corner, looking for a foul, but St. Thomas is not fouling, and that's a big shot early on in the game from Royal, number 7. Didn't panic at all, looked for the foul, didn't get it. Superb goal from Royal. Isuvarna De Silva scoring that one. St. Thomas's have a chance now to hit back. They'll need to hit back early. They go traditionally, as they do, into the prop position but lose the ball at the centre forward. So Royal with the early goal, that'll settle their nerves. Early swim ball as well, and now St. Thomas is looking in 6s and 7s at the moment in defence. Royal have a few numbers over. Again going to the corner and looking for that killer ball in. Beautiful pass there, but just picked off by the Thomian defender who was alive to it. Pressure on the goalkeeper that time, but the referee says that there was a pull. And there is an exclusion for number 6. And here's St. Thomas's. Thwarted just with the goal at his mercy, the Thomian forward there. So St. Thomas is squandering early extra man advantage there. Needed to hit back and get on level playing field, on the scoreboard at least. Royal once again trying to draw the foul. Looking for the danger man, number 5. And that's a beautiful bounce shot. Beautifully bounced shot by the Royal number 5. The Thomian goalie seems to be a little bit confused as to where his defenders are marking him. And that's 2 goals in the first quarter, completely against the run of form. Number 5 getting on the score sheet for the Royalists. Brilliantly taken shot. He just doesn't seem to be phased in front of goal. That's a beautiful long ball into the Royal number 9 in the corner. Thrown away, and St. Thomas's have a chance now to take it up. And a timeout called immediately by Zafar Zainuddin. So immediately St. Thomas's reacting by calling a timeout and showing that they need to get back on the scoreboard. 2 easy goals, 2 soft goals that they've conceded so far, the Thomians, and they'll be worried about that. It's the first time out of the game taken by St. Thomas's, and why not? Because Royal have looked completely dominant in the first few minutes of this game. Thomians, despite having an extra man, couldn't get any kind of composure to try and exploit that. So now from the centre pass, St. Thomas's, they don't have an extra man here, so they will look to try and get the ball into one of their stronger shooters on the post. A lot of movement there into the 2-meter mark, but the ball still very much outside. That's a nice pass across the field, but good goalkeeping that time. St. Thomas's still have an opportunity, but the ball now safely with the defenders of Royal. So the goalkeeper doing well there for the Royalists. Royal getting another pass, and that's a beautiful shot once again from the number 7, but that time the post coming to the aid of the Thomian goalkeeper. St. Thomas is trying to draw a foul in their territory here. That's Shannon Ebenezer, who takes a long shot, but St. Thomas's probably don't need to resort to long shots so early on in the game. Royal have really set the panic buttons among the Thomian crowd as well. They've gone pretty quiet. And now it's coming up through Akil Fairoz. Fairoz will take his time. He doesn't have a mark on him and will do well to take a shot here. Fairoz thinks about it, and it's a good pass out to the corner. And with the shot clock just about expiring, the referee does say that's a goal. And Akido Hadunpatirana scores the 3rd goal for Royal. So this is a fantastic start by the Royalists, the underdogs, as I said before the game started. But what a stunning goal from Royal, well orchestrated by Fairoz. Drew the player off the post in defense, and Thomas is at complete disarray in their defensive patterns. And Hadunpatirana stayed wide and just managed to lob the ball with the shot clock expiring just over the head of the despairing goalkeeper Dilith Kumarasinghe. So Kumarasinghe has conceded 3 goals early on. St. Thomas's will need to get on the board with Shevan Ebenezer here. Now Anam Sauja, the senior man, looking for his centre forward. And that looks very much like it will be an exclusion. It is. And St. Thomas's will try to control this on the perimeter a little bit. Here's going into the 2-meter area with the balls. St. Thomas's converging on goal, but losing control once again. Few too many dropped balls from the Thomians, and an excellent save once again from the Royalists, Prasad Dissanayaka, but not the second time. And St. Thomas's scoring through their number 10, Randeep David. An absolutely necessary goal there for the Thomians. But Royal will take some kind of consolation from the fact that they made the Thomians work very hard for that. Royal in absolutely no hurry. Shamod Edrisinghe hanging on to the ball. Doesn't want to shift it up too much. Wants to play this quarter out, does Royal. And looking for the crossfield pass, and that was a good collection, but just a little too good an intervention from Sanaka Mulligoda. And the goal scorer, Isuvarna De Silva, just couldn't get that ball to the back of the net. Here's St. Thomas's now attacking through Shevan Ebenezer, younger brother of Shannon, the skipper. And again, it seems like an exclusion for Royal, so they've got to be a little careful not to lose a man. There was a shot option there, but again, the goalkeeper coming good for Royal. Prasad Dissanayake has done really well so far in this quarter. And Dissanayake keeps his team alive and hangs on to a 3-1 lead at the end of this quarter. So the first quarter, it's been all Royal. And despite the fact that St. Thomas's have got a goal back, Royal could have had a couple more either. So Royal coming out of the blocks absolutely devastatingly. 2 goals before St. Thomas's could even blink their eye. And suddenly they find themselves in the driving seat. So Thomians in the second quarter will really need to make sure that they don't concede defensively in the manner that they have been doing. But Royal will just need to keep doing more of the same. A bit of complacency from the Thomian defense, but also some excellent goalkeeping from Prasad Dissanayake in the Royal goal. Well, it was a timeout. I'm sorry, it wasn't the quarter. My mistake there. So Royal will have a final go from the centre pass here. Looking to set up a nice set-piece offense. Isuvarna De Silva scoring a couple of goals for Royal already. Hadun Pathirana, here's the danger man. Lovely little pass from De Silva. And that's Vinuda Lokuge in the centre forward position in the 2-meter, jostling for the ball. Excellent defense that time from Sanaka Mulligoda. Isuvarna De Silva won that battle a couple of times, but Mulligoda winning it that time around. And Dilith Kumarasinghe will now wait for an open player. But Royal pressing very high up the pool. And Akhtar Jafar. Manula Vikramaratne here going for the shot, but it's not good. So the Thomians shooting has let them down in the first quarter. And you can see Royal really pressuring the ball high up the field, not allowing any kind of time on the ball for the Thomian playmakers. That's good tactics from Bilal Hassan and his team. And here again is Royal swinging it up under absolutely no pressure. So this is where St. Thomas's have let Royal slip away on the scoreboard. Just not put any pressure on the ball as it's being brought up. Again, Mulligoda. Beautiful shot that time from Isuvarna De Silva, trying to bounce it in as he did for his second goal. But that time the goalkeeper Kumarasinghe up to it. It goes behind the goal, off the goalkeeper, so that means it is a corner. And it will be Dulanjan Fernando to take the corner pass. Here's Shamud Edrisinghe. Edrisinghe moves the ball around to Akil Fairoz, and Isuvarna De Silva playing for the foul. Here's Hadun Pathirana now. Savinda Dissanayake rather. Dissanayake, the left-hander, with a great goal. Wonderful shot from Dissanayake. The first time shot. And you can see how well the left-hander is working on that right-hand post. And it's 4-1. It's all Royal in the first period. Randeep David taking the centre pass there for the Thomians, who are now really looking down the barrel so early on in the game. A 3-goal lead is no joke. They're looking for the man in the corner now. But again, they go to the centre forward, Randeep David. And St. Thomas's have been getting no joy from that pass to the centre forward. They should probably look to the wings a little bit, as Royal have been doing. And here's Dulanjan Fernando. Fernando gives it to Dulvin Dahanayaka, but that time the Thomian defense manages to strip Royal of the ball. St. Thomas's with the long pass down. Well taken that time by Anam Sauja. Again, excellent defense, but that somehow the ball manages to squirt into the goal. It's really good work that time by Randev Jasinghe. St. Thomas's get their second goal and trail now only by 2. Thought for all money that the Royal defenders had the man covered there, but somehow managed to sneak it under the goalkeeper, Dissanayake. So it's 4-2 and a high-scoring first quarter is drawing to a close now. Again, Royal just a little bit faster to react than St. Thomas's. And Anam Sauja will breathe again because the bell has sounded for the end of the first quarter. And what a stunning performance by Royal, and what an outstanding quarter of water polo. 6 goals scored there, and Royal scoring 4 of them. Isuvarna De Silva being the danger man, and 2 beautifully taken goals by Savinda Dahanayaka and Akindu Handun Patirana as well. So Royal will be happy about that. They've completely out-thought the Thomians, and they've completely out-swum them as well. St. Thomas is looking a bit lethargic to react to the loose ball and also to passes going astray. So that's something that they will need to fix. They will just need to get their intensity up, but Royal will just have to do more of the same. Keep trying to get open men the ball and work with these excellent shooters that they have in Dissanayake and De Silva. St. Thomas's have not been afraid to take their shots from wide outside, but their marksmen will have to be a little bit more on target if they want to trouble this Royal early scoreline. Time now for the second quarter of this game to get underway, and the Royal crowd in much better voice than they were before the game. As I said, Royal came into this encounter as rank underdogs, expecting to cough up the Dr. R.L.Hayman trophy for the 6th year in a row, but that has all turned around in the last 7 minutes of water polo. And now suddenly St. Thomas is staring down the barrel. No, it's early doors, but the dominance that Royal showed in that first quarter will need some kind of response from the Thomians. And the confidence that St. Thomas's have lost will need to come back very quickly, and Royal suddenly look like the team in the driving seat. Swim ball once again, and Royal won that comfortably last time around. And looks like they will again. That was Dulvin Dahanayaka who beat everyone else to the ball.
Correction, the second goal for St. Thomas College was courtesy captain number 3, the captain Shannon Ebenezer.
That's a lob shot tried from the corner, but doesn't make it in. So again, keeping the goalkeeper guessing all the time. Royal making sure they get the shot off when the shot clock is running down. And here's St. Thomas's again taking their time, so not really giving themselves much of an opportunity in front of goal. And the ball is turned over once again, so they've been careless in giving the ball away in possession. And Royal are exploiting this very, very well. Suddenly again, we have Vinitha Lukuge, who's without a marker. And now the ball comes to Hadun Pathirana. Hadun Pathirana again looking to go, and in fact that's Savinda Disanayak, the lefty. And this time it comes off the bar, but a brilliant shot by him again across the face of the goal. The left-hander going into the far corner. And now we have Manula Vikramaratne, the saviour from last year. And hopefully they will not need to use his match-saving abilities so early in the piece. But Vikramaratne will be looking to get that ball into David. David again looking for the exclusion, but can't get the shot away. So Randeep David has been well marked by Royal. And that's another area of the game that Royal have been dominant in marking that centre forward. Here's a ball going into Savinda again. That's a good shot, but goalkeeper reacting nicely that time. So Kumara Singh getting a little bit of help from Anam Sauja. Better bit of defending by St. Thomas's, but again cut wide open by Royal. The game is really not structured. And once again, Randeep David coughs the ball up. So they'll need their centre forward to do a little bit better. So stoppage in play. Tell you what that was for in a moment. So been a bit of a incident with one of the pipes there. I think there's been some inadvertent property damage, but should be sorted out sooner rather than later. And again it's a Royal ball. Here's Edri Singh once again, who's been doing such a good job on defense on David. Brings the ball up, and Disanayak, Isuvarna De Silva now dips his head in, and that's a good shot again taken by Isuvarna De Silva, but Shannon Ebenezer having just enough obstruction, but this time St. Thomas's break. And look to David again, David, and that's an exclusion that time. There he goes. And that's two exclusions for Royal, which means that St. Thomas's have 2 men extra. They really need to make this count. And the Thomians take a timeout, I think. Yes, they do. So with 2 men out, St. Thomas's cannot afford to let this opportunity go. And that's why Zafar Zainuddin took an immediate timeout without leaving his players to think about that on their own rather. So 2 men out for Royal. Edri Singh and Isuvarna De Silva. 2 key offensive and defensive players out for Royal for the 20-second exclusion period. And St. Thomas's now with 2 men extra will try to get within 1 goal of Royal. Passing it around. Really got to move the defense. Not enough width on this Thomian attack at all. And now a crowded goal, but they managed to score. A good shot that time by St. Thomas's. Scored by Shannon Ebenezer. Excellent shot that time. Had to thread it through a fair number of outstretched arms in the Royal goal, as they should be. But managed to find a gap. And Ebenezer, the experienced captain, bringing his team within one. And now Royal just overthrowing that pass. And Dulanjan Fernando on the left-hand corner will need to get this ball into a more dangerous position. Beautiful pass and an outstanding shot by Savinda Dissanayake. You could see exactly what Dulanjan Fernando wanted to do there. And Savinda Dissanayake read his winger's pass beautifully and has restored the 2-goal lead for Royal. An outstanding goal the rest of the game so far. Dilip Kumarasinghe looks askance in the goal for St. Thomas's. He would not have expected to have conceded 5 goals before half-time, but that's exactly what he's done. And the Thomian defense really caught napping. Yes, St. Thomas's again looking to get the exclusion through David. And that's another exclusion now. So the exclusion's working a little bit better. The passes are better placed for David to use them. And again, they're passing in between each other without really much of an effect. You've got to get that crossfield ball in. That's a good one. And that's the goal that St. Thomas's have been searching for. That's a well-taken goal, and Zafar Zainuddin will be happy about that one more than any of the other goals they've scored. Well taken by Manula Vikramaratne. An outstanding goal scorer, Vikramaratne. And took that one really well. David that time really hassling Vinitha Lokoge. And it's a long ball once again to the corner. And Dulanjan Fernando will look to find Savinda Dissanayake. He's Suvarna De Silva. Fighting for the ball. He needs to come back to where the foul occurred. So that's what he will do. And it's not an immediate shot. So the referee will bring it back. And the shot that's taken from beyond the 5-meter mark, that's the green cone you see on your screens. That shot needs to be taken immediately after the foul, so there can't be any movement. Here's St. Thomas is coughing the ball up once again by getting it back. Now the shot clock is running down. Sauja to Vikramaratne. Vikramaratne looks for it, lets it go. But that time Prasad Dissanayake is up to the mark. Goalie made himself big. Came out of his goal a little bit as well. So that's good goalkeeping. Cutting down the angles for Vikramaratne. And that's some good work from Vikramaratne again on the defensive end. Now St. Thomas's need to attack quickly. They've got the fast break on, but nobody's breaking too fast by the looks of it. Vikramaratne holding his line in the left-hand lane and now needs to look for a pass, but unfortunately passes it to Anam Sauja, who's got 2 defenders. Thank you. Who's got 2 defenders on him. This time again it's Royal without any pressure on the ball. And again, good goalkeeping that time by Dilip Kumarasinghe. But again, Royal with absolutely no pressure. Looking for Dulvin Dahanayake at that time. Isuvarna De Silva. And that's good defense by Sanaka Molligoda. Here's Ebenezer. David needs to swim a little bit faster to get in front of his skipper. Not a good pass by Shannon Ebenezer at that time. Has taken the ball away from goal. And that time Ebenezer gets it back and it's well saved. And Randeep David's putback doesn't get anywhere either. And Royal saved themselves from what was almost a certain fast break goal. And now they've got an opportunity on the other side. That's a nice crossfield ball once again. They've been passing across the pool laterally very well, Royal. And Vikramaratne again coming to the rescue of his teammate. Can see that he's very tired already. This game has opened out much before you'd expect it to. Ebenezer looking for a player in a more threatening position than him to shoot. Randeep David well marked by two players there. He's double teamed and they've got to get the shot away here. And it's a good shot indeed, but straight at the goalkeeper. Desperately needed to get that shot away and they did. And that's the corner, a much closer one, a much more hard-fought corner. And St. Thomas's will be happy that they won that period, rather. And the second quarter going 2-1 to St. Thomas's. And on the scoreboard, it's 5-4 after that blitzkrieg of a start that Royal had. So it's half-time in the first leg of the Dr. R.L.Hayman Trophy encounter live from the Sukadasa Stadium pool on murclive.com and, of course, thepapare.com. And it's looking like this one is really going to go down to the wire. If the first half is anything to go by, the second half will have us all on the edge of our seats. At halftime, it's Royal 5, St. Thomas's 4. Welcome back to second half action in this Dr. R.L.Hayman Trophy encounter. It's the first leg live from the Sugathadasa Stadium pool. Brought to you by MURC Live, the media unit of Royal College that is, and the papare.com. And a surprise lead for Royal in the first half. A stunning first quarter from Royal. 4 goals they scored to St. Thomas's 2. And as a result of that outstanding first quarter, they are in the lead by 5 goals to 4. St. Thomas's the strong favourites coming into this match. But Royal have belied that underdog tag with a very strong performance and an insipid defensive effort by the Thomians. And again, third swim ball in a row that was won by Royal. Dulvin Dahanayaka outswimming his opposite number on that occasion as well. Royal again continuing this pendulum kind of offense that they've been using. That's the ball to the point man, but again that time Dilith Kumarasinghe watched it all the way. It was a good shot though from Royal Shamod Edirisinghe. Here's Sanaka Molligode, the experienced colorsman, bringing it up for St. Thomas's, and now Ebenezer, who hasn't really managed to get away from Isivarana De Silva, but that time he manages to get Isivarana De Silva excluded. And Molligode will go up to take the corner pass. And that's a good ball out to Shevan Ebenezer. And Shannon now, the captain. Few too many passes for St. Thomas's. Ebenezer to his brother Shevan. And that's a great shot. Well taken by Shevan Ebenezer. Brother assisting brother there, and St. Thomas's draw level. So it's the game they've been playing for. They just needed to settle down a little bit by the looks of things. And the Thomian coaching box did well not to panic and respond too much to Royal's early lead. But now they've brought it back to 5 games all, with the exclusion game working for the Thomians. Royal again working on that offense. Beautiful shot taken again from De Silva. Prasad Disanayak, or Dilith Kumarasinghe rather, looking for. Here it is again. St. Thomas's through the goal scorer Shevan Ebenezer. Manula Vikramaratne, the other goal scorer. David looking for a pass. And that's a beautiful shot again. Outstanding goal. A little bit of an argument as to whether the shot clock had expired. Bilal Hassan apoplectic on the technical area. And Bilal making his point, and it seemed like we might have had the shot clock go off, but whether the ball was also in the air at the time is what we need to look back at. I'm afraid we don't have the replays to ascertain that, but the referees may rule that the ball was already shot by the time the shot clock went off. So referees Wolof and Kanith. So Ebenezer's shot will not count, and the score will remain at 5 goals all. So Bilal Hassan's impassioned protests coming to some fruition there. So if the shot clock has expired before the shot is taken, then that shot will not count. And that's exactly what the referees ruled after a little bit of conference there. And now Royal with a chance to maybe take another lead. Dilip Kumarasinghe being protected there by the referees who know how much the goalkeeper needs to be protected in that 2-meter area. And here's Ebenezer, the younger Ebenezer. And the shot is there to be taken, but it wasn't a good one from Sanaka Molligoda. Shot it straight into the midriff of Prasad Disanayak at that time. Need to attack this Royal goalie laterally. By the looks of things, he's pretty good in his positioning, but they clearly need to go to his right and left. Whereas Dilip Kumarasinghe looks like he has got the opposite problem in the St. Thomas's goal. Managing to get a hand on that one, and the posts also coming to their aid, the Thomians, but they look knackered. Both teams, in fact. And now again, St. Thomas is looking for Manula Vikramaratne. Manula finds himself with the option of a shot. Here's Ebenezer. And Ebenezer losing that ball there to Dulanjan Fernando. There was no foul on him. Didn't let go of the ball, did the younger Ebenezer, and that's a good shot from Royal. Savinda Disanayak not hitting the target that time. He has a couple more times earlier today. And we have Shevan Ebenezer bringing this ball up. The wingers looking for their point man to try and... That's a beautiful shot. An outstanding goal from Shannon Ebenezer there. He scored a couple of crackers today. He'll be happy about that one to take the lead when his previous shot was disallowed. You can see him geeing the Thomian crowd back on again as well. And the Royal crowd responding. And can the team do the same in the pool? That's a nice bit of ball movement there. But the Thomian defense just intercepting that one before it went into Dilip Kumarasinghe's goal. Excellent ball movement from Royal. Their passing has been superb. Here's Ebenezer. And that looked like it should be an exclusion. And it is an exclusion for Isuvarna De Silva. It's not actually, it's not an exclusion, but the shot from Randeep David is not a good one. Going well over the frame of the goal. And it's a timeout to Royal. So Royal College calling a timeout there just to see whether they can end this quarter by drawing level. It's been a really entertaining game of water polo so far. The scores coming from everywhere in the pool. We've had the centre forward exclusions. We've had some first time tap-ins. We've had some great long shooting. We've had some close quarter shooting as well. And Shannon Ebenezer has really led from the front for the Thomases, but Isuvarna De Silva in the Royal number 5 cap and Shamod Edirisinghe doing defensive duties on Randeep David have been really outstanding for Royal too. And St. Thomases now wait for Royal to mount what might be the last attack of this third period. And if they can go into the fourth quarter with a goal of at least a lead of at least one goal, St. Thomas's will count themselves very lucky after the start they conceded. Royal now through Viruda Lokuge. And now on the right-hand corner, St. Thomas's doing well to pressure the ball, this time a little bit better. And Savinda Disanayaka looking for the first time flick. Didn't manage to find it. Sanaka Mulligoda, referee keeps playing advantage, and Shannon Ebenezer now. Good work from Isuvarna De Silva. Ebenezer livid that he didn't get a foul there, and I think Royal will breathe a sigh of relief about it as well. Disanayaka with the left-handed pass. And looks like the first exclusion for St. Thomas's, is it? No, not yet. And the Thomians are looking to put their arms up in front of Kumarasinghe's goal to make life a little difficult. But again, this game has really opened up. And Ebenezer and Isuvarna De Silva really having a battle royale there in front of goal. The two best players on both teams. First time shot, and Kumarasinghe is up to the mark, but the tap-in is good. Savinda Disanayaka, by the looks of things, who just got to the rebound before the defender, and it's 6 goals all. Disanayaka indeed it was, and Royal have found their voice again. Here's the younger Ebenezer Shevan. Sauja, but that pass to Mulligoda, well read by the defender. And the ball under call on Mulligoda, so excellent defense that time by Akil Fauros. Fauros has been good in this game in the few opportunities that he's got. That's a lovely ball. And Vinuda Lokoge, that's a brilliant shot. Absolutely outstanding shot from Savinda Disanayaka. Superbly taken. Deadly in front of goal is Disanayaka. And his conversion rate has been excellent, and Royal going to the lead once again. It's a third lead change of the game so far. A heavily strapped Manula Vikramaratne looking for a willing shooter here, and that's a good ball, but St. Thomas is not reacting quickly, and the second ball under call for St. Thomians in a row, so they've coughed off possession cheaply twice now in good positions to attack. And Royal still with an opportunity. Seems like a long quarter, this one. Lots been going on. And that's well blocked by Sanaka Mulligoda. And the timeout called quickly by Zafar Zainuddin to try and get an equalizing goal before the quarter ends. So 24 seconds or 30 seconds on the shot clock, 11 seconds on the game clock. So St. Thomas's will have just under 10 seconds to make sure that they get the ball passed around and into the back of the net to try and go into the fourth quarter on level pegging. And after that, it'll be a absolute mad scramble for bragging rights in this first leg. But if this game is anything to go by, it's been an absolutely outstanding Dr. R.L.Hayman trophy so far, and we can expect nothing less than the best from these teams. There's been absolutely nothing in it between them, and some really high quality goals being scored as well by Sauja, Isuvarna De Silva, and of course Savinda Disanayaka. Shevan Ebenezer needs to find a good pass, but it's not a good one. Molligoda. And that's the end of the game. That's the end of the quarter, rather. And Royal will hang on to a slender lead. 7 goals to 6. They've conceded the lead by 6 goals to 5 at one stage in this quarter, and then came back strongly through brilliant goals by Savinda Disanayaka, who scored some outstanding stuff in the first quarter as well. And he really has been brilliant in front of goal for the Royalists to bring them back into the lead and take them into the fourth quarter with all the bragging rights so far.
For the first leg of the 27th Dr. R.L.Hayman Trophy, the score currently leads 7 goals to 6 in favor of Royal College. And here we go, the final quarter of the first leg.
Final few minutes of this fourth quarter now. It's been an absolutely entertaining game, one of the best I've seen in a long time. This Royal Thomian encounter has never failed to entertain, and this year has been no different. As a hush descends on the Sukadasa Stadium pool, as everyone knows how tense this next few minutes is going to be. 7 goals to 6. The favourites, St. Thomas's, conceding 4 goals in the first quarter, from which they haven't really recovered yet. Came to 5 goals all and took the lead at 6 goals to 5, but Royal coming back. It's a turnover that time, so Royal will have the ball. Not exactly sure what happened there, but Royal do have the ball for their first attack. Manula Vikramaratne defends and comes quickly back into the center of goal to help out with the defense. It's not a good shot that time. One of the few bad shots taken by Royal in this entire match. That's a nice diagonal ball for Vikramaratne. Looks for Ebenezer, and that's a beautiful shot. Shevan Ebenezer takes it well, swivels and shoots, and gets St. Thomas's back on level pegging. So Royals' defensive efforts beginning to tire a little bit, as you would expect them to. They've been really intense in the first 3 quarters, and the third quarter took a lot out of them. As the rains come down here at Sukadasa Stadium, hopefully we'll be able to bring you live coverage right to the end of the game. If we don't, you have our apologies in advance. And a good steal from St. Thomas's that time. Nicely taken by Manula Vikramaratne. Vikramaratne looking for a quick pass to Ebenezer, but opts not to. Randeep David. And here's Ebenezer now. Rebounds back to Vikramaratne. And here's Shevan Ebenezer. Good work from Savinda Disanaik at that time to react first to the loose ball. Ebenezer couldn't manage to control that pass in from the wing. And the referees number 10, that's Randeep David, who gets an exclusion foul in his own half. So that's a little bit of unnecessary indiscipline from David there. And Royal now with an opportunity to try and extend their lead or get to the lead once again. Not a good shot that time. Good attempt, but the ball will come to the Royal St. Thomas's goalkeeper for the goal pass. And here's David returning from the sin bin. Manula Vikramaratne is coming across on the other end of the pool. David swims it up, but doesn't manage to get a shot away. Really should have done better there. They desperately needed to keep the ball, St. Thomas's. And that's a good foul that time by Dinal Dias. An early foul on the Royalists in a position where they can't really shoot. Dilit Kumarasinghe gets the ball, knocks it on. And again, Shevan Ebenezer is beaten to the ball by a brilliant Savinda Disanaika. Outstanding tap-in once again from Royal, so alive. And this is where they've won the game, if they do indeed win it. By reacting first to everything that's loose. Dinar Dias gets substituted after that goal is conceded. And Anam Sauja comes back into the pool. Again, Savinda Disanaika dropping back and helping out with the defense there and stripping Ebenezer of the ball. Royal looking for the killer goal that will send them 2 goals up. St. Thomas's will do well not to foul here. So few difficulties here in keeping on bringing you this live coverage because the rains are coming down and our equipment is not waterproof to say the least, but St. Thomas is calling a timeout there. Trying to make sure that they get back to even Stevens on the scoreboard. It's the two tap-ins by Royal that have made the difference. I mean, the Disanaik is so alive and getting goal side of his defender. A lot of awareness on where he stands. So now it's Dilith Kumarasinghe to take the center pass. Anam Sauja, experienced man, Ebenezer. Nothing going on for St. Thomas's. The strong defense by Royal. Randeep David struggling for the ball. But excellent work from Isuvarna De Silva there in the defensive end of the pool as well. He has been superb for Royal. Absolutely superb. Thwarted Ebenezer a few times and has done a job on Randeep as well. Just not able to get that in past Dilith Kumarasinghe. Here's Royal on the break now. Brilliant shot, Disanaika, but just can't find the mark. He's been so good in front of goal. Absolutely deadly accurate. But that time, Kumarasinghe being aided by his frame. Again, St. Thomas's losing possession when they really didn't have to. Eight goals to 7, absolutely nothing in it in this first leg of the Dr. R.L.Hayman Trophy encounter. Royal and St. Thomas's never failing to disappoint, and that's a good pass back. But squandered possession that time from Royal. Not often that they have been profligate in front of goal, but that one was a goal that should really have gone in. Here's Molligoda. Randeep David, and that's a penalty for St. Thomas's. David was absolutely manhandled there by both defenders, and a penalty has come. So Ebenezer will probably take this one. Thought it was a penalty called, but... And that's good work from Dulanjan Fernando. I thought for all money that it looked like a penalty. And a timeout called. Referee, Coach Bilal Hassan has angered the referee, and he has gotten a yellow card. That's unfortunate. So it's a timeout with the head coach being given the marching orders. So controversy never far from this game, but neither is entertainment, and this has been an outstanding game so far. Royal have done brilliantly despite being the overwhelming underdogs to lead this game with just a couple of minutes left on the clock by 8 goals to 7. 4 of those came in the first quarter. St. Thomas's have been more consistent, but Royal have dominated the first and third quarters. And now the Royalists have an opportunity once again. Here it is for Edri Singh. Royal need to bring this ball back to where the foul occurred. So the Thomian defense will need to... well, it is a penalty for St. Thomas's. For Royal, rather. Thought there was a penalty on the other end, but there wasn't one. And easily taken that time by Isuvarna De Silva. And that's the 2-goal lead that Royal so desperately craved. And if they go into the second leg 9 goals to 7, I think they'll be very happy about it. They can already be really happy about this performance. A stunning comeback after being 6 goals to 5 down as well. St. Thomas's now will need to attack the goal. Ebenezer. Good defensive effort from Royal again. David's theatrics are not helping him. He's overdoing the acting a little bit. And a good shot is saved by Dilith Kumarasinghe at that time. And it looks like it's the end of the game. And Royal will lead 9 goals to 7 going into the second leg. What a stunning game of water polo it has been. Absolutely outstanding game. And 9 goals to 7. Who would have expected that with this Thomian team looking to retain the trophy for 6 years in a row? But as I said before the game kicked off, you can never underestimate a team coached by Bilal Hassan. And they came out of the blocks absolutely on fire. Scored 4 goals in that first quarter. St. Thomas has never recovered and conceded the lead in the third quarter as well, and were just not able to find the shooting prowess despite Shannon Ebenezer being outstanding for them. And Manula Vikramaratne having a good game as well. They couldn't match the heroics of Isuvarna De Silva and Savinda Disanayaka, who were absolutely superb in front of goal for Royal College. Savinda Disanayaka with 2 putbacks as well, which really made the difference in the reaction time for Royal against St. Thomas's, and that was really where they lost the game. St. Thomas's, the fact that Royal reacted so much quicker than they did to everything that happened in the pool. So congratulations to Royal College. The rain comes down, and we'll close up our computers before then and our cameras. But thanks a lot for joining us on the first leg of this Dr. R.L.Hayman Trophy, the water polo encounter between Royal and St. Thomas's. There it is, the full-time score, 9 goals to 7. So a 2-goal lead for the Royalists going into the second leg. We'll join you next week. Until then, have a great evening.